دبي تعطيك امان.
وظل القياده الرشيده اللي فيها، اللي هي حببت الناس والعالم كله في هالبلد. فانا بالفعل فخور بنفسي وبفخور بهالدوله الطيبه.
لبناني. انا شخصيا ابن مصر.
قيام على البلد ليل مع نهار، تركيزه، ما كنا وصلنا للي وصلنا.
أنا والله عمري 5 سنين وأنا تحت البوش، وهذا يعني اللي ما له ماضي الله يرحم أبوي زايد ما له حاضر.
فاليوم الكل عايش سواء موافد أو مواطن، نحمد الله سبحانه وتعالى أن نحن في أمان وفي استقرار وفي أحلى، يعني وين ما تروح تلقى أنك أنت بين أخوانك وبين أهلك وبين ربعك وبين عشيرتك وبين الجميع.
إلا محب زايد أسسها واليوثن وراها داروا على الدانات 7 أبد. إلا دار زايد لا تقرب حماها لا تقرب منازلها إلا محب زايد أسسها واليوثن وراها داروا على الدانات 7 أبد. نحنا شعوب لها نفدى تراها نبذل الغالي لها دوم ونهب. نحنا شعوب لها نفدى تراها نبذل الغالي لها دوم ونهب. تاريخ لا تقرب منازلها إلا محب زايد أسسها واليوثن وراها داروا على الدانات 7 أبد. تقرب منازلها إلا محب زايد أسسها واليوثن وراها داروا على الدانات 7 أبد.
Welcome everyone with your program Perlos of Union. Today we are from Dubai City with Mas'ud Muhammad Ali الرئيس. He is owner امسول. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you for Sama Al-Ain and to give us this opportunity. And I hope we can have useful discussions and which will be useful for the audience.
Please introduce yourself.
Okay. Name, as you mentioned, my name is مسعود Muhammad Ali Al-Ra'is. I'm UAE citizen. I live in Dubai. I started my university education in the United States. After my undergraduate studies in the United States, I had an opportunity to do a postgraduate study in the UK, which I did, and I completed a PhD in material science. And then after that, of course, I had in my long curriculum with Dubai Aluminium, which I will discuss later, I had an opportunity to attend many management as well as technical training as well. And that was the educational part. And then if you wish me, I can continue with the career development or...
Okay. When and why you start your business?
Okay. So before we start in the business side, it started in my career actually when it was in 1983, summer 1983, when I came for a summer holiday and came to Dubai. A good friend, a family friend, told us of this new company at that time, which was called Dubai Aluminium Company, and asked me if I was interested to attend, to join. So I joined the company as a summer trainee. Now it's called internship. And then that led to a permanent position with the company. And that career lasted nearly 35 years. I started as a metallurgical QC technician, and then progressed through the ranks. I became manager of metallurgy and became technical manager. Then my final position was, I was fortunate to have the opportunity to head the seawater desalination, and I was senior manager there. And that also gave me a bit of insight into the energy sector, which later on I developed into the company. And then finally, in 2016, I had an opportunity. I decided to retire finally after 33 years. And when I retired, obviously, when working for 35 years, you can't just stop. And I thought, I explored ideas, what I could do next. Actually, this thinking started a few years before I retired. Initially, I was quite keen and interested in alternative energy, clean energy, and this interest goes back, long way back. So I thought that might be an interesting area for me to go. I was obviously inclined toward clean energy and alternative energy. And at that time also there was quite a number of initiatives from the UAE government and rulers, which also encouraged me in that direction. Particularly, there's 2017, there was a strategy to set a goal for UAE of achieving 50% power generation from clean energy by 2050, which is quite a challenging target. So that led me to the business that I established finally. And then in 2018, October times, I started the company, which is called Emsol Engineering and Contracting. Emsol is basically short for M is for Emirates, Sol is solar. So Emsol is Emirates Solar, basically. We started the company. The main core focus and competency of the company is, number one, we are a solar PV photovoltaic EPC contractor. EPC meaning that we design, we supply all the material that's required, and we construct, build a plant. And if the client is interested, we can also operate and maintain it for them. And the second area where we focus is what we call power quality, where we could measure, it's quite technical, we could measure things which is called like harmonic, which may be caused by solar system, and also infrared thermography, which is again another technique for analyzing systems. These are techniques which are used to identify potential for energy, for efficiency improvement, as well as to highlight risk of even fire, for example. So these are our main focus of activities.
Please, more detail about your work and service.
As I mentioned, for example, we are EPC contractor. E is basically means engineering, P is procurement, and C is construction. So we are into designing a solar system, which we can install on our major focus of market focus is commercial, industrial. We also do residential. Power quality, meaning we do system power quality or electrical system power quality analysis, or solar harmonic measurement, and thermography, as I mentioned. Another area where we also are currently pushing for, and we're hoping to be bigger player, is electrical vehicle charging station. This obviously is a future trend. Everybody is expecting that the electrical vehicle will be dominant in the market, including UAE, which is both the government as well as the DIWA is encouraging people to convert to electrical vehicle. So we are, one of our main competencies also is to supply and install EV chargers. We call them electrical vehicle chargers.
What is the difficult and the challenge for your work?
Okay. Obviously, any business will have challenges. At the beginning, obviously, is a normal challenge of establishing yourself in the market. Any new company is almost like a new graduate from university. When you go apply for a job, they ask you for experience, but you're just fresh graduate, so you don't have experience. So it's like a chicken and egg situation. Which one comes first? So until you finally get a breakthrough, which we were lucky that we got a breakthrough early on, very early on. And we managed to secure quite a number of very good projects. Then unfortunately we were hit by COVID, which of course was an additional challenge for everybody. Alhamdulillah, the COVID situation is coming under control, and we're optimistic, and the market is picking up, and there is a lot of inquiries. And we're hoping that maybe the expo also, there's quite an emphasis on the green energy, and I know I've only had the opportunity to go there once, but I've noticed that there is a very large section that displays solar powers, and there's a good educational section as well. So we are hoping that things will turn around. But one might ask, okay, with so many companies around, what makes us special? What gives us the strength, the advantage to start? I think to begin with, I feel I could say the quality of the service that we provide. Okay, everybody talks about high quality service, and it becomes a cliche. But the reality is that the solar system is designed to last 25 to 30 years. So any responsible installer, any responsible supplier of a system has to ensure that the system works well in a safe way for the whole duration of the life. Not only that it impacts the client, but also in case there is a lower quality, could hurt the industry as general, because still the acceptance culture by the people is still not fully developed. And if there are negative news about it, it could hurt that acceptance by the people also, and so the whole industry could be hurt. Another advantage that I feel we have as a company is that although we are a new company, relatively new company, 2 years and a half, or 3 years, sorry, but we have our key staff are quite experienced in the industry, and particularly there are a lot of them good experience in local market. And also we ensured quite high quality engineers, qualified engineers. And one more advantage we have also is that we are a member of the Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid establishment, Dubai SME, which also gives us a boost in terms of access to the market. So those are the advantages that we have. On the vision, that what we like to be, we like to establish ourselves as a high quality service provider for the solar industry. And the second would be to be able to have a major contribution to the switch to clean energy for the UAE. And of course, the third, which is my dream, is to build a center which will address or provide solutions for all aspects of clean energy, particularly solar energy.
Please, motivations message for young people who want open business.
I mean, to begin with, first of all, I'd like to, if I can give an advice, because it's the whole situation, the nature of the day it's very dynamic. So there is no definitive answer to say what to do exactly, because the situation keeps changing. And but what I would advise is that students, as much as they can, to first of all take coding courses during their studies, computer programs, because these are cross-boundary for any field, whether humanity or science or technical, it will be useful. Another thing is, I would advise them during the studies period to take mathematics and statistics, again, very useful tools, again, regardless whether you study humanities or science. And then when they come to work, for the first job, for example, to look for job opportunities that allows them to develop transferable skills, even if it means lower pay at the beginning, but that will help them develop. Now, if somebody wants to start a business, a young person, I would advise, first of all, if you have an idea, at the beginning, not to commit too much money from their own pocket or from a loan, and try to finance it through available sources, which they are available in UAE. I know, for example, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid has a program. I know Sheikh Khalifa has another program in Abu Dhabi, and SME also support young initiative. So if they can convince them to finance the idea. But the key element, I think, is that for any business, this is not true about any business, is you have to think worst case scenario. That if things do not go according to your plan, and things come to worst, completely bankrupt, or you have to close the business, can you afford it? Can you survive it? That is the key, I think.
Thanks message for Sheikh in UAE.
Obviously, any business anywhere in the world, for it to flourish, requires a socio-political stability and security. It also requires what I call hard and soft infrastructure. Soft meaning the regulation, registration, ease of doing business, and hard obviously is the internet system, the roads, transports, airports. These are the essential requirements for business to flourish. And obviously this cannot be achieved without wise, far-sighted leadership, which we are fortunate to have. And specific to the clean energy, it's very interesting. I've come across two statements from the sheikhs, which I like to read them because I want to make sure I say it correctly. One is, for example, is future generation will be living in a world that is very different from that to which we are accustomed. It is essential that we prepare ourselves and our children for that new world. This is a word from His Highness late Sheikh Zayed, Marhum Sheikh Zayed. And the next one, which is one of my favorite also, is quite a very intriguing statement, is that our goal is clear: to build an economy that protects the environment. An environment that supports the growth of the economy. And that statement by His Highness Sheikh Muhammad bin Rashid.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
دبي تعطيك امان.
وظل القيادة الرشيدة اللي فيها، اللي هي حببت الناس والعالم كله في هالبلد. فأنا بالفعل فخور بنفسي وبفخور بهالدولة الطيبة.
لبناني. أنا شخصيا ابن مصر.
قيام على البلد ليل مع نهار، تركيزه، ما كنا وصلنا للي وصلنا.
أنا والله عمري 5 سنين وأنا تحت البوش، وهذا يعني اللي ما له ماضي الله يرحم أبوي زايد ما له حاضر.
فاليوم الكل عايش سواء موافد أو مواطن، نحمد الله سبحانه وتعالى أن نحن في أمان وفي استقرار وفي أحلى، يعني وين ما تروح تلقى أنك أنت بين أخوانك وبين أهلك وبين ربعك وبين عشيرتك وبين الجنة.
إلا محب زايد أسسها واليوثن وراها داروا على الدانات 7 أبد. إلا دار زايد لا تقرب حماها، لا تقرب منازلها إلا محب زايد أسسها واليوثن وراها داروا على الدانات 7 أبد. نحنا شعوب لها نفدى تراها